say, ding dong, and welcome back to the channel. So I've just released my SCUD mod, so now I'm going to show you how I would implement it, potentially in a multiplayer environment. Because it's now combined arms compatible, I can drive both vehicles, in actual fact, that I provided you with. So that's the SCUD launcher. I can actually launch at a target, I can drive it, and then I can launch at another target. With this vehicle in place, it will actually reload the SCUD launcher post-firing its first missile. Without this, it won't reload. So if you've got these two elements together, and you want to use combined arms, you can fire two missiles. Even if you don't want to use combined arms, you can still have these two vehicles together, and it will reload the SCUD launcher once it's launched the first missile. So how did I set this up? I'll show you. Okay, so I set up this little scene here, which is a SCUD launching area. None of these things really matter apart from the actual SCUD itself. So where can you find the SCUD launcher and its support vehicle? Well, it's under missiles. So go into missiles, and you can select SCUD B launcher or SCUD ZIL 135 truck. You can select the current missile as it stands, but obviously it won't launch. So I selected both of those units, and as per my previous video, I showed you how to launch a SCUD missile in the first instance. It's exactly the same. I set it up with a target, which is way out here at Tumb Island. I've put in one of the new aircraft carriers because I wanted to see what the damage model was like on them, and I've used that as the target. Now you saw that on the previous video, which was the work in progress scenario, and it actually hit that ship. Now another element that I've included for those who requested it, I've actually got a zone here that will tell me when a SCUD missile enters it. Now that was set up very simply with SCUD in zone. So I made a one-time action. I called it SCUD in zone with no event, and then in the conditions I selected missile in zone. The type of missile in the drop down is in capital letters SCUD. I called it SCUD zone, and then what I said was that when it hits that zone, that it plays a sound, and a second sound, which is slightly delayed.
Missile launch. Missile launch.
You can set it up how the heck you like. That's up to you. But now you can recognise the missile in a zone if you want to play like an air raid siren. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow this vehicle, the SCUD, to launch at the ship, or the boat, whichever way you want to call it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive it up here, I'm going to park up here, and I'm going to fire the second round at somewhere else. So let's go into Sim, and I'll show you that working. Okay, so here we are now in Sim. And basically, one thing I did forget to mention is that I've sped up the whole animation process. So as you can see, the legs are going down quicker, the arm raises quickly, or a little bit more quickly. ED had it about right. It does take a long time in real life, but I realised that some people don't like to wait for these things. So let's zoom out a little bit here, and shortly the missile will launch once the arms fall down. So my best guesstimation is it takes around just over a minute and a bit to actually get the missile to launch. And there we go, it's a heck of a lot quicker. Now what I'm waiting for is the system to fold back up again. So a missile will appear shortly.
Missile launch. Missile launch.
There you go. There's the sound, because the missile has entered the zone. So that works. So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, it's now I'm waiting for the launcher to fold up. What will happen first is the missile will appear, just like that. And then what will happen is the arm will raise to collect the missile. There we go. The arm's raising. The clamps are opening. There we go, the legs are raising. So, if I go in here, I should now be able to drive it. You'll notice that the driver appeared in the cab. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the F10 menu. I'm going to click on the SCUD missile, launcher. I'm going to click the little tank icon at the top. And there we go. I'm in the cab. So what I'll do now is I'll put it into gear. And I will start to drive. Do it slowly at first, don't want anybody run over. So what I want to do is I want the vehicle to follow me. So I'm going to select following leader and the vehicle should start to follow me. So now what I need to do is pick up a little bit of speed. I'm not going to drive far, you'll only get bored with the video, so what I'll do is I'll pull over here and we will stop. Now I need to take it out of gear. There we go. I need to press the F10 again. And what I want to do is zoom out and I'm going to make the target, let's think, Lahr Air Base. So I'm going to add the target. There we go. I'm going to zoom in on it. I don't want it to impact the runway. Let's move it and put it over this building. Should be in close proximity. Remember, it's an area weapon. It's not laser guided. It's GPS guided. So it's, like I say, it's an area attack weapon. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce the number of shots down to the 1 by deleting the 0. There's a message out option now that will come up on screen at the top right hand corner and tell you that a missile has been launched. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to press start fire and then we'll press F7 to go back and look at the launcher. So start fire, let's go back to F7 and what will happen is the launcher will start setting up again and it will eventually fire the missile. Now as you can see, this would add a whole new element to SCUD hunts on multiplayer servers with people who could use combined arms. You'd have to search for it, to find it, locate it, destroy it. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. Would make a great mission format for multiplayer. Make a great mission format for single player, to be fair. And there we go, the message is on the screen. Execute SCUD detachment, target 2. So it's fired its second missile. Now it's only a 2-shot scenario. You can't load any more missiles, but at least you've got the option to be able to do it. I could have set it to more, but I wanted a more realistic version of it, if you like. So let's press the F6. And the missile is meant wending its merry way to Lahr Airfield. And there we go. Like I say, it's an area weapon. It's not laser guided, it's not pinpoint accurate. And that's the new SCUD missile mod in a nutshell, with its various options that are available to you. So I hope you enjoy it. Take care out there, and I'll catch you later. Ciao for now.